We are back right here on the Real DJ Spin Show. Right now, I got on the line, man. I got a hip hop legend on the line, you dig? Representing, you dig, that No Limit stamp, man. A legend in the game, platinum recording artist, man. I'm honored to say, man. Right now, I got on the line, man, Mr. Serv-On. What do you do, man? Welcome to the show.
Man, I'm blessed, man, and I'm honored, man, that you would even have me, man. Thank you so much, man.
No doubt, man. Definitely, man. Ran across your single, man, that you dropped earlier this year, man. And I was like, man, I definitely got to get the exclusive behind this one right here, man. But first off, man, how's everything been, man? I know it's been a crazy 2 years, you know what I'm saying, with this whole pandemic and everything like that, man. But, you know, y'all actually started hitting the road with the No Limit reunion tour. Then it got put to a halt, and now you're back on the road and everything like that, man. So how's everything been, man, during that whole transition from, you know, the everything being normal to this pandemic happening and now things opening back up?
You know, for me, I know for a lot of people, it was hard, and then it was devastating because people lost people, and I lost people close to me. You know, and it's still hard to get your head around it because I guess sad to say, growing up, you know, most of us in urban cities, you know, communities, we look at, you know, someone passed, you know, it's like more than likely it's tragic, mean violently, and you almost sad to say have come to accept like that might happen. You know, and then, so any other type of death, you know, it's like, whoa, you know, and then now this was different to see people dying from basically a cold or flu, and you losing people, you know, and so you put that in perspective, and then I think, you know, for me, it wasn't too hard to stay home. It was in the beginning because I like to move, and I keep moving, and it's hard to stay still, but I think health-wise I needed to sit still. You know, and you know, and then just regroup. You know what I'm saying? In life, I chose that time to regroup. You know, get businesses straight, get ideas straight. You know, and things that I needed to do, and you know, get on my kids about their future and things like that. Where I'm always saying, hey, I got you. This is what you want to do. Let's take care of it. You know, instead, then it was more or less like being on it, and I think, you know, that gave me a whole change of perspective with life. You know, and understanding, and then health-wise, I've always been decent with my health. You know, one time I was on top of it, but, you know, then it was like decent, and now it's like all those times I would sit down and I'm always taking these vitamins and taking them every day, and didn't realize when a time like this came, my immune system was so strong, you know, because I went through COVID, but I had a strong immune system, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't end up in the hospital. You know, and things like that, and you know, it just makes you put in perspective that little few seconds you can go down and put that vitamin C gummy or vitamin D or whatever you use in multivitamin, and you know, them few 10 seconds it takes to open that bottle and take one of them every morning. You know, something that small, you know, can help whether you live or die in so many ways. You know, so it got to put a lot of perspective, but it didn't, you know, change my grind, because then I figured out, like, okay, how can I get around this? How can I make money to keep going, keep doing things? And I had time to regroup. And so, you know, I used that time wisely, man.
Definitely, man. And that's what's up, man. Glad everything worked out, man. Didn't even know that you even had a run-in with the COVID, man. But I'm glad, man, you was blessed to actually get behind, you know, be great behind it, you know what I mean? Because like you said earlier, man, that we lost a lot of people behind this, man, and it's very fortunate, man, that everything worked out for you, man. It's super, super, super dope, and it's a super blessing, man, as well, man. And because of that as well, man, you was actually able to come out and start cooking up some brand new singles, man. Dropped a couple of singles, man, and the one that we're gonna get into today is called Sleep versus Awake. You dropped it earlier this year, man. What was the actual inspiration behind this track right here, Sleep versus Awake?
It was two me's. And I spoke from both perspectives, the thug perspective and the street perspective, in my mind, the way it was. And then, you know, I thought, you know, the more mature and grown perspective, you know, being woke to a lot of things, you know, that I always read about and was woke on what's going on out here with the government and everything that's going on, you know, towards my people and stuff like that. And so, you know, it's like I wanted to show the difference into, you know, where maybe somebody listened to the song and and be like, yeah, that's me, that first one. But then that second one, man, that's where I need to get at. You know, it didn't change who he was. You know, he's just a more grown, you know, business-minded individual. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what sleep work wake, like knowing what's going on out here instead of just saying, I make money, I make music, I'm doing my thing, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to worry about nothing going on. Where look what COVID did. You know, it separated the hustle. It separated the real hustlers from the ones that say they hustlers, because, you know, you have to adapt to it. You know what I'm saying? And to adapt, it wasn't going to be about having the heart of a lion and being a gangster. To adapt to continue feeding yourself and your family, you had to now become a grown and mature man and a business mind. So I got woke to what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Always was, but it was like more or less like now I got to use whatever knowledge I've learned, you know, how to deal with this stuff out here.
Right, yeah, definitely, man. And you know, you've worked with legends in the past, man. You have platinum hits under your belt, man. You've worked, you know, with the legends such as Master P, Silk the Shocker, Big Pun, may he rest in peace, 3-6 Mafia, and all of that type of stuff, man. Was there any pressure, man, when you're coming up and you start cooking up brand new songs such as Sleep versus Awake? Does it change your creative process when you start to make new records, or is it just something that you just got down pack and you just go in the booth and you just knock it down once you get the concept for the song? Like, what's that like?
Well, the journey been different because I'm grown. You know, I'm more grown, I'm more mature, and life is different. And you know, and I have to give the realities of life of how I live right now and what's going on with me, because I would be alive. I'm sitting around saying I'm running through the traps and all that and doing the things that I really was doing when I was, you know, before No Limit, before Pete got me about all that stuff, and I rapped about it, you know. So it was more or less the process. Now I was saying, you know, I respect the young guys and whatnot, but we're not on the same level. You know, I've done what I need to do, you know, in that sense, that hungry serve. So now it's more or less like, I'm gonna speak to y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all, I'm gonna still, and then I purposely, during COVID, I really honed my skills. You know, I went back to the old way of hip hop, where every day for an hour, I just freestyled and recorded myself, you know, see where I messed up at, you know, and just freestyled and really, you know, start, you know, and finding different beats with different styles, because people don't know, you know, it's not a beat style or beat tempo I can't rap on. So I wanted to start coming out in a new, fresh way of showing, like, look, I'm on this J level anytime y'all want to do this. You know, I can still go back down to a Jeezy level or to Meek Mills or however you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? In that style, I can go back to a Twister, which that's the way I started twisting and things like that. I mean, you know, I could do a Migos style if I feel like it. And what I was doing every day was an hour just freestyling, picking somebody's beat and sitting there and just freestyling to it and catching that cadence. And I studied. You know, I really studied. I studied the youngsters. I studied, you know, the legends. I've studied some guys that I just felt like, damn, they pretty nice. They don't have their chance, but I'm learning. I'm seeing what they're doing, and you know, and I like, you know, and the beat choice, and then I know the sound I wanted to come with this time around.
Yeah, nah, that's super dope, man. And you actually collabed with someone on this track, man, Mill Music. What was the inspiration behind that? Like, what made you decide to actually collab with Mill Music on this track?
Well, what it was is, man, I was quietly minding my business way before the tour started. You know, living life, running my businesses that I was into, and making sure my kids do what they need to do. And, you know, still doing music, still doing features, put stuff out. And him and Kid, the producer from Detroit, you know, platinum producer, you know, they found me and was like, yo, man, we want to do some music with you. And so, you know, I ended up in Detroit doing some stuff and dealing with Carol Dorsey, who's BG's manager, which is his auntie, and then I signed with management with her. And so we got to working and things like that. And down the line, you know, music things happen. You know what I'm saying? Where we all three of us just kind of went our separate way. Like, okay, y'all got the music. Okay, we do this, that, and that, and that. And then, you know, as brothers, you still find your way back out of love and things like that. And so Mill, you know, we had a nice bond in Mill. And I felt like, yo, man, both of y'all super producers. Mill is super too. And so, you know, in between that hiatus with us, Mill was getting at me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? Let's we did music. Let's get it all out and things like that and start putting some stuff out. And so, he just said, look, give me a week, man. I'm gonna put these beats behind a lot of the vocals, and we gonna do some things. And so, he changed up some of the music and things like that. And Sleep versus Wake was one of them that he really, really loved, and which for me I really liked it. So we went with it. That's our connection is even more than music with me and him and Kid, which I just started talking. Really we never stopped talking, just went out separate ways on doing things, all three of us, and then I just started really getting back to music with him also now. So Mel was there. Mel was that persistent guy like Serv. They want to hear you. They want to see you again. They want, I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, and he's like, no, you got to do this. Let me do it. Just give me a week. And so that's how that came about.
Man, that's super dope, man. What we're going to do right now is we're going to get into the single. This is Sleep versus Awake by the legend, Mr. Serv-On, man, featuring Mill Music, man. And we'll be right back with him and chop it up, man. Still got a lot more to talk about, man. Keep it locked right here to the Real DJ Spin Show. Let's get it.
It's the tale of two black men. Yeah. One a hood nigga. Right. Fucking right. I don't give a fuck when death finally call. I'ma ride hard for my niggas on call. I don't give a fuck when death finally call. I'ma ride hard for my niggas on call. Let's go. Rockin' on some biz type flow. I'ma smash your mama and your favorite bottom out. I'ma bring a wave every city that I touch. You playing fucking games, I'ma tear your city up. I came for the bag, I ain't about no fucking talking. You don't wanna see me out your murder blood stalking. My heart been dead for a very long time. Eyes of a killer, I'm the last of my kind. If you ain't really about what I'm about, keep your lane. I'm a fucking breeder and it's like murder pain. I can't fucking sleep cause my soul's so troubled. My girl fussing every night cause I don't wanna cuddle. Bitch, I'm on egg, I don't really care. I'm coming for that bag, I'll murder, I'll swear. Bitch, I'm on egg, I'm tired of being broke. You blame me about my money, bitch, I gotta see smoke. I don't give a fuck when death finally call. I'ma ride hard for my niggas on God. I don't really give a fuck when death finally call. I'ma ride hard for my niggas on God. Where the smoke? Where's these bitches trying to murder all my people? They want us on our knees begging master make us equal. Just ain't the fucking sixes and I ain't in my cage. You call me out my name and I'ma hit you with that cage. It's a new fucking day and we ain't turning no cheeks. We gon' bring blood to your precious white streets. It's been 200 years and y'all still play this bitch. We ain't fucking marching, we gon' empty our clips. I don't mean to fucking say it, but I ain't Kanye. I don't want reform, I won't see murder coming home. Don't let that coward in a White House really buck you up. He ain't gon' do shit when we raise them guns up. Smoke, fucking well, right, you bitches, I'm mad. Trying to start the shit again, it's time to ski mad. It ain't gon' be no nooses round our necks, all running. We gon' murder everything you love and keep coming. I don't give a fuck about that when it call. I'ma ride hard for my people, yes, Lord. I don't give a fuck about that when it call. I'ma ride hard for my people, yes, Lord. We want freedom. We wanna live free. But if we can't, you gon' live free. Listen, ain't no praying no more. Ain't no marching no more. Ain't no talking no more. Ain't no begging no more. We ain't doing none of that no more. We won't smoke, motherfucker. See, this song was a tale of two minds, two black men. One that was immature and young and just wanted that bag and want murder his own kind. And the second one, he woke and he ain't taking that no more. So you figure out who you gonna be, cause you gonna have to make a decision soon. But I know I ain't going quietly in the night no more. For my people, I don't smoke. Freedom else.
We are back right here on the Real DJ Spin Show. That right there is the latest single by the legend, Mr. Serv-On, man. That's titled Sleep versus Awake, featuring Mill Music, man. Produced by a platinum producer, Jake. And this track is super dope, man. And what's great about it is this is actually just a single off of an upcoming project, man, which means we got more music on the way. You know what I mean? Do you want to talk about the album a little bit that you're working on?
Yeah, you know, people really know me as the first rap guy to be a bad guy in the movie, and about it, my character Pac-Man. And one of the things is like, we want another life insurance, we want another life insurance. And I'm like, yo, you know, the hunger, man. I'm not going through those things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like to capture that. And so I end up connecting with my guy, Torrin Tucker, you know, aka Slick Nasty down in Meridian, who was an offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys at one time. And he had some super artists down there, AP, Tron, and Bubba King, Star Bubba, Black Bubba, that's down there, and who has a mixtape out right now, man, that's really hot. And so they gave me that hunger back. I watched how hungry they were, and being a rapper, man, rap is the most egotistical sport in the world. Everybody think they the best, and so I took that challenge, you know, and it was where I was at. It was grimy to do it, and it was like take away all of the nice studios, take away all of this. You're in the middle of the country in Meridian, Mississippi, where they gang banging every, you know what I'm saying, GD, Vice Lord, Crip. You know, you go to the gas station, you gotta watch yourself. It's like I was back in that element, you know, and so I decided to do this Pac-Man album, you know, man, because I have my marketing and branding company, you know what I'm saying, that we have Hot City Music Group. We do all this marketing and branding, and so I wanted to use my stuff as an example to open this company up, you know, and we're gonna do big things with this Pac-Man album, man. We're gonna do some things that, you know, we're gonna show the marketing aspect, the branding aspect, because we're gonna have everything, man. We have our own strain of marijuana. We got a song that I think gonna rival the super hit from Afro Man. We got a song called Pac-Man, and you know, searching for the Pac-Man and stuff like that. We're gonna have the grinders, the trays to go with it, the book sacks to have your old kid, the vegan roll papers, man. You know what I'm saying? Hemp papers. You know what I mean? Being healthy. You know, we're gonna also have a special Pac-Man album because I really have 3 of them. I got a total of 36 songs done, and you know what I'm saying. One gonna be available, another one gonna be available through crypto currency. You know, and it's gonna be a special one because it's gonna have all the features, the big features, and you're gonna have, you know, to be able to get that. It'll be through a QR code, and we don't mess with this technology, man. My 17-year-old, 18-year-old son always getting on me about these things. And so now I'm like, okay, now you show me. And what he's showing me, you know what I mean, we're now going to, you know, Travis Scott and all of them have done it and stuff like that. But those are big, huge names, even though I know I'm a huge name, you know what I'm saying? But they're out there. You know, I've been in hiatus for a while. So I want to show the little man how to do this, to keep these streams of revenue coming in and different streams of revenue. So Pac-Man should be a groundbreaking, you know, marketing album, and it's gonna be street, man. It's hard. And then you see different sides of me because you're gonna get that Pac-Man, that life insurance style you want, but then you're gonna have that album where I'm just saying, listen to me, you know, just listen to what I'm saying to you, you know, and you know, and then we're gonna have our. You know, I strategically did this. I have a song called 9 to 5. You know, my mother was a 9 to 5 worker, and I think 9 to 5 people don't get respect out here. They keep this country going, and I got a hell of a song that's old to me. You know what I'm saying? And then I have, you know, I have a country song. You know, that's country. I want to cross over into that. You know, salute to Nelly, who was one that did it. You know, so. You know, I mean, I took some chances on it. I wouldn't call them chances. I've always been, you know, more creative and thinking out the box. You know, so it's gonna be a hell of a project, man. And we got the animation, we got the action figures all, you know, and it's coming. Everything is coming with it.
Man, that's super dope, man. I can't wait for that to actually drop, man. When do you plan on actually releasing the actual project? Like, when can we actually get? Do you have a date in mind, or is it something that's going to be coming 2022, like the first quarter, second quarter?
January 1st, 2022. Beginning of the quarter, we're gonna, you know, kick it off with my way, the way I do it. You know what I'm saying? And so we gonna have a full year, man, because we got the Lucid Mississippi project that's going to derive from that, which is me and the young artists that I mentioned, Tron, AP, and Black Star Bubba. And then we're going to lean into to their project, KLM, King of Mississippi, and bringing them up, but this Pac-Man thing is not going to stop. That version, one version going to have me with them, you know what I'm saying, with the Mississippi artists. And I'm going to each state, and I'm going to do a version of Pac-Man similar to what DJ Drama would do with Grills. But I'm going to work with young artists in those states, the ones that want that chance. So the next one definitely is going to be probably Texas or Charlotte, North Carolina, which would be North Carolina artists. But we're going to expand this whole Pac-Man thing, to something big, man. That's going to keep going. I'm taking a page from my boss with P. And, y'all going to see us and hear from us every month. You know what I'm saying? And so all the way through 2022, we got a short film with Pac-Man that we have that's going to be pretty nice. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to have some comedy, but it's coming. We're getting that done, man, and at the same time, man. And so, Christmas, I will be releasing one of the songs on there, called My Son, My King. And it's a letter to my son, but it's a letter to every young black teenage young male that might not have a father in their life, to let them know they're kings. And I'm dropping a book called Letter to My Son. It's a guide for single mothers who raising young black men, that get to the age of 13, and that's when they try to figure out who they are. So I'm giving them that guide and talking to them as their father. So I'm releasing that song, My Son, My King, on Christmas along with the book. And that's going to be a song off the Pac-Man album also.
That's super dope, man. I'm really excited to hear that, man, especially the 9 to 5 is with what's going on right now, man. The worker shortage is definitely proving, man, that they actually run things and they are a backbone of this country, man, because things is crazy right now with people not working, whole bunch of places having short staff, closing different hours and everything like that, man. So it's super dope for you to even have songs like that on your upcoming project, man. I can't wait for that. Because once again, man.
Yeah, definitely, because I want people to understand that we appreciate you. And the song is real because each bar that I did is really taken from something I saw. Like the first bar says to the lady at McDonald's that every day tell me have a good day and send me with a smile on my way. I go there every morning to grab breakfast for my mother, who's 89 and she has dementia. So I feed her, take care of her in the morning and stuff. And this lady at McDonald's, always nice. So I put that in there, you know what I'm saying? And I got a part with the lady at the gas station that's raising her grandkids. She can't quit because she's raising her and it's really in Mississippi, this lady who I watch her little grandson, he over there doing his homework and she bring him to work. And I'm watching her where she's at age she needs to be retired, and then it was a man out here in New Orleans who always, I come out, man, and bring him a beer. He fall asleep, he pull up and fall asleep in the truck. He been working all day, and I'd laugh and talk with him for a second, give him a beer, we talking, and he go in, I go in, you know what I'm saying, and I want that. I want people to understand and appreciate that 9 to 5 worker, because none of them get paid what they're supposed to, and they spend all their money. Like I say in the song, you spend everything you got on the ones you love, and you don't make much. And with him, I'm talking about the healthcare thing in there. So I threw that in there because his medical bills are high. So he got to keep working, and his check don't be that much because they're taking everything. So I'm bringing real life situations to what people going on, and maybe that song can get to. Because I've had my glory, you know what I'm saying? But I want that song to get big, that the government catch it and take notice to it and say, like, look, you better remember who made this country, the ones that you underpaying, that these medical stuff is so high, man, and things is not good for some of these people. And like you say, people are quitting. And now you're seeing how important that 9 to 5 worker is. You want a child to stay out of trouble, but you won't pay him $10 or $9 at McDonald's. Get that child $15, $16, $17 an hour. You can afford it. They're making millions and billions at McDonald's.
Right.
So, I want to push that issue, and just, that's why I say everything is substance with me now.
That's super dope, man. And once again, man, you hear all of this on the upcoming project, man, Pac-Man, that is dropping January 1st, 2022, man. And it sounds super dope, man. He's previewing music on his IG as well, man. So if you want to get some clips, go ahead and follow him on IG. We'll be plugging that here in a second, man. But currently, man, everything's getting back to normal, and y'all back on the road, man. And what I mean by y'all is the No Limit family back on the road, man. Everybody's out on tour again, man, and y'all selling out shows, man. Is this crazy to you, man, that 20 years later, man, y'all still able to sell out arenas? It's not like y'all doing, you know what I mean, little clubs or anything like that, man. Y'all still selling out grand arenas, you know what I'm saying, and major showcase establishments and things like that, man. Does it get surreal to you sometimes that, 20 years later, man, you're still able to sell out tours and all that type of stuff, man?
You know the crazy part? It took the internet to make us really realize how big we really were, because we never looked at it like most rappers.
Wow.
We did our job, did our music, and, we didn't party much. You never heard about No Limit after parties. We didn't do all of that. So where you could bask in the glory, like, yo, they all in your face, and when we came home, New Orleans, Jay-Z attested this, New Orleans will make you feel like you're just a regular person. They'll see you, oh, that Serv-On was up, and keep going, so
right.
Which is grounded and good for you as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And, so that, the internet, and then to see how these people, and I told somebody one day, man, and anybody that's listening to this interview that's an artist to understand this when you're doing this. And I told somebody this, I said, yeah, you could get the money and everything and all that. God bless you, do that. That's for your family. But it's about the music. And try to one day be somebody's part of their life that they never forget. And we're part of people's life when I'm watching. And the realest thing I saw, man, and it's crazy, like you said, it's crazy how we selling out. We had a show right before COVID in Lexington, and our hotel happened, which we never do, connected directly to the arena. And so me and Fiend just decided to come out of the room and walk and watch. And we looked down, man, and the show had 15,000 people, and we saw thousands of people in nothing but fatigues. And I'm like, I know this whole city's scared. They don't know what's going on. And I'm like watching, we decided to walk down there like, we them type of artists, man. We like to be amongst our people. And to see people that's like 45 now, and him and his wife, they in they fatigues, man. No matter how their body feels right now, they in they fatigues, and they're like, our kids was laughing at us, but hey, this our night. You know what I'm saying? You guys made our life at one time. I own a business because he told me, you know what I'm saying, go clean your dirty money up and make, you know what I'm saying, and get a business and whatever. And he said, man, we don't get to do nothing. But this night, this weekend, this our No Limit weekend. And you start realizing, like, we became a time in their life. Like for me, Biggie's song, More Money, More Chances. I remember getting my first rolling from P and I'm waving it in the club. That was one of the best summers of my life. And I remember it forever. And that song says it. And we have given people songs of their life, times of their life, that when we come back to their city, it's like, yeah, I might be this doctor right now, this lawyer in the mall studios, but that night he put on them fatigues and go back to being 25 years old and being out there going about it, and it's like, it's beautiful to see that we can still give people who done surrendered to life and say, hey, it's about raising my kids and making my money and going to work every day, come home, have me a beer or something, and then watch TV and get up and do it again. We could give them a time of their life. And that's what I tell every artist, man. Make the music that this can be the time of somebody's life, and 20 years later, not only will you sell out, you know what I'm saying, they hear that song and hear you, and it's like, man, this was the best days of my life. And I love it to see it, man. And we pack like that, and you got grown folks in there, the kids gone, the kids at home, they out there, and for one night they just saying, hey, I'm wilding out. This was my time of my life, and so I love it.
Yeah, man, that's super dope, man. It's really honest, man. Like, honestly, like, I was telling my homie last night that I was like, man, I got the legend Mr. Serv-On on me. He was like, word, and we was like going through like, the Life Insurance album, and I was telling him like, man, like, Hustling is definitely one of my favorite songs, man, ever, man. And as well as a feature you did, man, with Touch With It off of the 3 6 Mafia album, When the Smoke Clears. That song right there, man, is one of the dopest songs ever. I remember growing up, man, being in high school freshman year, listening to them songs and like really just getting the vibe, man. And still to this day, like whenever I just want to like vibe out and listen to some classic music, those are some of the songs that I go through. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely touched millions and millions of people's lives, man, the same way, man. So I know it's at the same time, it's got to be like a super amazing experience, man, to where y'all just like seeing all these people actually giving y'all your flowers now, because it's you know, like you said, social media wasn't there, so it really, y'all couldn't really tell that y'all had all this love the way y'all do now, because now people would just actually write it and you can actually see it, you know what I'm saying, right on your screen, to where back in the day you actually had to go to these cities and hopefully see these fans that could afford the ticket at the time, and to tell you that, because there was plenty of people who couldn't afford the ticket that was, you know, loving the movies, loving everything y'all was doing, but just couldn't actually get there to y'all, and now y'all get to see all of that with the actual, it being sold out in minutes, and you know, just continuing to grow and grow and grow, and having BT do docu-series on y'all and everything like that, man. I know it's been an amazing couple years, man, as far as everyone giving y'all your flowers and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, it was beautiful because with my kids, right, I'm just dad to them. Right. I'm their goofy dad. Like, they really, you know, the funny thing, like, I would have my kids out before this tour started, right? And you know, we start getting, you know, and the documentary dropped, you know, and my kids know, okay, yeah, my dad, Mr. Serv-On, yeah, you know, but I love the Migos and all this other stuff, right? And you know, and I showed it, like, okay, the first song the Migos did before Versace that got them on, it was a remix with called Mr. Serv-On that was done by Gucci. And my kids be like, wow, they know you. And I'm like, no, they know me. You know what I'm saying? I said, they know me. I was before them. They great kid, young dudes, and they have respect for me. And so my kids, you know, they feel like that's daddy, goofy. You know, he try to be hard sometimes and whatever, and we'll go places. And, you know, they'll be like, y'all want to take a picture with who? Him. That's just him. You know, to them. And so now they get to really see, like, when they were watching the BET thing, and it was the #1 thing, and they're seeing me, and they're seeing, you know, and then watching people commentate like, man, Serv-On, blah, 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 this and that, you know, and to watch, you know, my kids like, damn, Dad, you really was kind of a big deal. But, you know, around here, you just some Adidas shirts, and, you know what I'm saying, and slippers on, and always complaining about we need to do this and get that done. You really was a big deal, and it's beautiful because they love me as their dad, of course, love me to death, you know what I'm saying, but you know, how they look at rappers and they be like, oh, that's this one, this and that one, you know, and now they get to see, like, my favorite rapper respects my dad and love my dad. Like, it's crazy, and, you know, and it's a beautiful thing because you always want your kids to appreciate how you keep the lights on and everything else, and don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? And then now they're old enough to see how I'm on the road always. I'm always working. I'm working 2 phones, doing this and that. And they're like, now I see how I live this way, or whenever I need something, you take care of it or whatever. Well, now, yo, you really work hard, and, like, they know you. And so that's the beautiful thing. And the second beautiful thing is to really look in the crowd, man. Forget all the music, forget all the cars, the money, the houses. And you looking at somebody, man, and you're on that stage, and they saying your words you dreamed of one day people seeing and hearing. And they're saying them word for word and know them better than you. And that tell you, like, man, they understood you. When you felt like in my life, I always felt people didn't understand me because I moved to a different drum in life and did things how I did it and was quiet and stayed to myself. You know, and because I felt people wouldn't understand me, and I would never give people a chance to do me wrong. So I stayed to myself, and that stage was always my glory, my gift. You know what I'm saying, to myself, to be, you know, to be out there. And then now, 20-some years later, and you doing your words, and I did it in Detroit. I stopped for a second on the song To Eternity, and they was just saying it word for word, man, and there's no feeling like that. You know, I could die today or tomorrow, man. My words will live forever. You know what I'm saying? My name will live forever. You know, because you got old people, my generation, turning on their younger kids like, oh, okay, you like the Migos, but they did a song called Mr. Serv-On, who my favorite artist is. and it's being passed down, and my name is being passed down, and it's a beautiful thing, and this tour is giving us that, man, and seeing people some people I saw back then 20 years ago, and they make you remember, and you're like, oh man, you was there when we were doing the one way in, one way out spot. You know what I'm saying? And you was thugging, man. Look at you, got a beautiful family, business, you're a lawyer, and you're like, damn, and they like, thank you, man, because y'all told us get our money, man. Clean that shit up, get right, and it's beautiful, man, to see, man.
Definitely, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. And for anyone, man, that wants to catch this experience, man, and be a part of it, man, they actually come into Baltimore November 5th at the Royal Farms Arena, man. All of them is going to be there, man. Master P, Mystical, the Family Silk, the Shock is going to be there. Maya X, Fiend, and of course, Mr. Serv-On himself will be in the building as well, man. And they're going to rock it, man. They actually, I believe, just sold out Detroit. So I don't believe there is no more tickets to that event, man. But November 5th, y'all can come out and y'all can actually rock out, man, and catch the experience live, man. One of the greatest movements ever in life, man. One of the biggest hip-hop labels ever, man. Understand that no label has done it like No Limit has done it, man. Believe that, man. They really, really, really changed the game and really made an impact, man. So for anybody that wants to catch it live, man, that you might have been too young at the time or anything like that, man, November 5th, Baltimore, Maryland. They're going to be tearing it down. That's Friday. You dig? Rock out with them, man. They're going to be at the Royal Farm Arena, man, and they're going to be performing all the hits, man. The Tank is going to be in the building, and Mr. Serv-On himself will be there, man, so I definitely want to rock out. And as well, man, usually during this show, man, I actually plug up to where, you give out some game for these upcoming artists, man, but you actually do that daily, man. You actually have an IG channel, man, live with Mr. Serv-On, man, as you do every single morning coming up as well. You just did a test run with it, man, and it did really, really well. Plug up your social media, man, so that the people can actually catch this experience, man, and get live game from you directly on your live IG, and they can chop it up with you and get all the information and all of that type of stuff.
Yes, on IG, man, the real Mr. Serv-On, No Limit Records in NLR, but you'll be able to find me. I got the cover with my single Petty coming up, off the new album Pac-Man, but you can catch me there and everywhere on social media. It's the real Mr. Serv-On, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, everything. And I have a page, official Mr. Serv-On, who my 18-year-old son is now taking over on Instagram and things like that, and he's doing a super job, but that's where you could catch me at, man, to go live with Serv in the morning, man. We gonna discuss all types of things, man. I like to listen and accept questions and talk, to people, man. We gonna discuss everything from music to politics to sports to, man, food, I don't care if it's popsicle sticks, man. We gonna talk about it and we gonna get into a debate about it. And we gonna communicate because that's what we need. So go live with Serv, what I'm saying, every morning, with your stuff Friday, with a hot new artist from Charlotte, Juice LP, God LP, he'll be there Friday. Man, it's gonna be crazy, man. Go live with Serv. Come check me out, the real Mr. Serv-On on IG.
Man, super dope, man. And I definitely want to rock out with him, man. He got a lot going on. He's doing he has, I believe, a cooking store coming out, right? You're actually cooking. Explain that real quick for the people.
Yeah, man. Of course, y'all get Mama Mia's seasoning because she got me on this. So I'm gonna have my own seasoned flour. Called Go Live. Of course, everything Go Live Serv with the Go Live Serv seasoned flour, man, where you can fry your chicken, fry your seafood, and things like that, man. And so we got that coming up, man. That's gonna be pretty big, because I've been known to be in the kitchen, and I challenge any rapper out there, what I'm saying, that think he can cook anytime you're ready to do it. Especially Trick Daddy, that's my dude. I'm proud of him, but I won't get in that kitchen and deal with him, so we be coming to cities near you, all through the tour, and let everybody know. Mia probably will be doing meet and greet cooking, get a special meal from Mia X with a new seasoning in her cookbook, and you might catch me in one of these kitchens using my flour, whether it's DC, Baltimore, Atlanta, Nashville, Memphis, Houston, Dallas, we gonna be finding people kitchens and restaurants, man, and come and take over your restaurant, man. So definitely, you know, we got a lot coming, man.
That's super dope, man. I can't wait for that as well, man. But in the meantime, in between time, man, definitely want to go ahead and check out this latest single. Once again, it's out right now on all major digital streaming platforms, man. We played it earlier. And again, it's titled Sleep versus Awake. Also the upcoming project, man, Mr. Pac-Man, by the legend, Mr. Serv-On, man. And I definitely want to rock out with him again, man. You dig? On social media, man, at the real Mr. Serv-On, man. I got him tagged right now on Twitter and on Facebook as well, man. And again, man, appreciate you taking time out your day, man. I know you got a busy schedule, man. You're always in the move, always in the studio, always grinding, taking care of your family, doing all of that, man. I really appreciate it, man. You taking time out your day, man, and giving us the exclusive on this again. And once again, man, for everyone, man, that is locked in, man, upcoming dates, man, November 5th. Baltimore, Washington, and Baltimore, Maryland, is going to be at the Royal Farms Arena. And then the next day, November 6th, they're hitting up Washington, the capital, you dig, Washington, D.C., man, and they're going to be at the Constitution Hall tearing it down, and everybody's going to be there as well, man. The whole No Limit soldiers is going to be there in the building representing, man. So I definitely want to rock out with them. And again, man, Mr. Serv-On, man, I appreciate you taking time out your day to give us this exclusive, man, and give us the update on the upcoming album.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you, bro. And, man, I want to tell you I'm proud of you for having this format like you're doing, man. This is stuff that Martin Luther King and a few others dreamed, that you guys would take control of y'all destiny and be within these systems, man, and working and putting the word out and talking and giving other people of color chances, you know what I'm saying, to realize their dreams. So I'm proud of you, man. You keep it up, man, and anything you need from me, you know how we do it, man. We soldiers holler.
Man, I really, really, really appreciate that, man. That means a lot. You don't even understand, man, what that just meant, man. I really, really appreciate that, man. And once again, man, you heard it here first, right here on the Real DJ Spin Show, by the legend, Mr. Serv-On, man, multi-platinum rap artist from the No Limit Records. You dig? The legendary No Limit Records. You dig? And again, man, appreciate you calling in. You dig?